What's going on, y'all? The reviewer is here, and I'm back to give y'all this album review of Mac Dre called Mac Dre's The Name. I want to just say rest in peace to Mac Dre. Y'all should know who he is by now if you check all of my other reviews. In case you missed them, I'll put the links in the description box for y'all to peep. But this is the OG release. All right, they came out with 2 releases. They came out with one that came out like in 2004, 2005, and they had like a remix of About Yo Doe. This one don't have it. This is the original release that was released in 2001 under Out of Bounds Records. All right, so this is the CD right here and some more things. Now, this was Mac Dre before he started his company Thiz Entertainment, so he was definitely lyrical on some. The producer for this album were Big Hollis and Pudgy. All right, and the features, I'll say them along the songs, or you can see the features right here. So if you want to pause and see the features, that would be cool too. Let's go with the songs now, and let me should be able to see it there. So the first one is called Mac Dre's The Name. This song is pretty good. It's kind of laid back with a nice beat. He has some great flows on there, Mac Dre. He come through with some really nice flows for this song. And then you have a female singing the hook. Her name is Shima. And the good thing about this track is he doesn't use any profanity. So for those y'all know he can get really vulgar. But this one, he doesn't really cuss, and I like that. He come through with some dope flows. And the next one is called Shaking the Fez. This features Goldie Gold. This beat is on point, man. It sounds very eerie, you know what I'm saying? When you hear the beat, you already know they coming through with some gangster stuff, man. Mac Dre come through with a really dope verse. One of my favorite verses from Mac Dre ever, man. He comes through with some nice flows. He said like Godzilla, Chachilla, something like that. I can't remember, but he went in. And then Goldie Gold with a nice verse, and he does well with the gangster flow. And then Mac Dre does the third verse and does a good job with it. This is one of my personal favorites off of the album, man. I think you can play this song around Halloween. That's how eerie it sounds. The next one is called From Sac to the Boonies. And in case y'all don't know what that means, Sac is Sacramento, and the Boonies, y'all know the Boondocks. You know what I mean? This has a nice low beat. This features Luni Corleone or Lunasicc. Y'all may remember that name. And the beat itself sounds a little different. It can still bump, you know what I'm saying? And then, Mac Dre does a nice job with the verse. And then LC, he did good on his verse. And then on the last part of the song, they do like what I call tennis verse. So they kind of rapping back and forth, doing their thing. And then the hook is really catchy. The next one is called Northside. This is a little different from Mac Dre. It's pretty solid. He's telling a little stories about how he got his name Mac Dre, with macking and pimping and all that stuff. And it's a little story, I guess, to say, but I don't think the beat is all there though. I mean, I'll explain more of that because there's another version of this song on another album. So I'll save it for that. Never Gonna Fade Us. This features Dubee and P.S.D. This is a really dope track, man. Mac Dre went off on this one here. He came through with some really great flows. The way he's rapping on there, man, he's a Mac DR, and don't forget the E, the little E. Who got the E? It just was weird. That was a weird flow, but it's nice though. And the hook is nice. And then Dubee comes through with a really dope verse, man. I don't really hear any whack verses from him, to be honest. And then P.S.D. did his thing on here as well. But that beat is bumping. Definitely another one of my favorites off of the album. Doing What I Do. This is a nice track right here. I remember hearing this song on the Trio TV. If y'all remember the video that Mac Dre came out with, kind of like a little video blog thing. The beat is nice. MD went off on this one, man, with the lyrics, and you know, he talking about pimping and all that good stuff. But this is another one of those tracks that you can play just laid back, you know, kicking it or whatnot. But really good job with Dre. The next one, I'm gonna go down to About Yo Doe. This one right here, this is probably one of my favorite tracks from Mac Dre ever, man. Very laid back beat, and he come through with some dope flows. I love that first verse, man. The way he comes through with the flows is dope, man. And I didn't even know that he was singing the hook on this song, man. So he does a really awesome job on this hook. And honestly, if you don't like this track right here from Mac Dre, man, I guess you're not a Mac Dre fan. I'll just put it like that. The game is thick. This is a nice track right here. The solid beat is on this song, but Mac Dre come through with the dope flows, man. He took it back to the way when he was rapping on Rapper Gone Bad. That was my favorite Mac Dre album, man. I will put that as my top favorite. But this track goes in, man. If y'all like the way Mac Dre raps on that one, on the Rapper Gone Bad album, you'll love this one. This is a dope track, the way he flows on here. I wish he would have stayed this way, you know. The next one, I'm gonna go down to Nobody Move, Nobody Gets Hurt. This features Gangsta Dre, also Ski 64 ounce, may he rest in peace. GD, he comes through with a really nice verse, man. Like, he went in with that verse, yo. And you know, I wanna get a couple of Gangsta Dre's albums, so I have to figure out which one is a good one for me to cop. So I'll try my best. Mac Dre did really good with his verse, and then Ski 64 ounce, he does a nice job, the verse of his, and it's also a really nice beat with a catchy hook. Y'all already know it's on some gangster stuff, man. I Gotta Go. This features Marvaless. That's a female rapper, for those who don't know. And it's a really nice track, man. Mac Dre just talking about the females saying that, hey, look, I gotta go, I gotta get on my grind. And then Marvaless come through with some nice verses. I might want to cop a couple of her solos to see which one is best. And I like the way he raps on there, and he's not saying the B word or anything like that on the song. So I guess it was out of respect, you know. And then the last song is called Dangerous. This features Badass, may he rest in peace, and also Daz, or Daz Dillinger. The beat is really amped, man. Like, when you hear it, it's a lot of sounds with the trumpets and stuff like that. Badass came through with a really nice verse, and then Daz Dillinger come through with a dope verse and all that good stuff, man. And MD come through with a pretty solid verse. The hook is pretty catchy as well, but it's a nice way to end off the album. So that's all the songs that I reviewed for this album. To rate this out of a 10, I will give this a solid 8.5 out of a 10. I like the way Mac Dre is rapping on here with his flows. But like I said, this was shortly before he got with his company, Thiz Entertainment. So he was still very lyrical with his. And I'm not sure what happened with this record label, but I believe some things went sour and he decided, you know, to go elsewhere. Because I think this was shortly before he came out with the It's Not What You Say, It's How You Say It album. But this is a really dope album from Mac Dre. You know what? I'll give it an 8.75 out of a 10 from Mac Dre. Because there's not really any bad tracks on here. There was a few things missing that could have been better, but what's done is done, you know? So shout out and rest in peace to Mac Dre for coming out with a dope album. You know, I stay bumping the music, you know what I mean, and the things that he rapped about. Shout out to all the producers, shout out to all the features and all that good stuff. Much love to the real folks, and I'll be on here back with another review. All right, peace out, guys.